We live?
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
We are live.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to Le Pod by Brotato Capital. We've got Sticks, Swiss, Wonel, and me. How are we doing, gentlemen?
We're good.
Doing
It's
good,
Sunday.
man. How about
Good,
yourself?
bro. Fucking good.
Nice. We're all having a good week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
charts.
I'm doing nothing, so yeah. Another boring week in paradise.
Bitcoin's
too bad.
stayed in the same 1% range all weekend, so it's been sweet.
Yeah. I feel like now, do you reckon we're going into that back in, because the ETFs approved, we're going into that TradFi phase where, because TradFi doesn't do anything on the weekends, Bitcoin won't do anything on the weekends.
Yeah, that just tells me that there's no one here.
A suit. Just, yeah. Literally.
Still no one here.
We're just early. We're just fucking early.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, cool.
What a time. Let's play that intro scene and let's get stuck into it.
Boom. Let's get it.
All right, gentlemen. So we've got some stuff to talk about on this wonderful Sunday evening. I think the best way to start things off is with a little mention of ONDO. That's Sticks territory. So Sticks.
I don't actually know a lot about it. I just know it's it's the real world asset narrative. But I see a lot of people on the timeline. There's half the people on the timeline saying it's stupid. It's they're getting really triggered over it, and then there's the other half that are ape because it's a hated rally. It might be tier or whatever. I think it'll go up, but I definitely don't think it'll go up to the extent of because tier did a 10x. I don't think it's going to do a 10x, but it'll do it's already, I think it's up today. What's it up today?
I just threw it up on the screen, and just FYI, Discord is sharing the screen. But up today,
yes.
quite a bit, probably 30, 30 more than that.
Yeah, I think it's got a bit of.
Oh, the plebs launched today, so it's probably
that's probably why more speculation.
45%.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Oh wow, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, as I said, I don't know a hell of a lot about it. I just see a few people I talk to are interested in it, just because new shiny narrative that could
RWA narrative. What do we think on that? I was at
I'm not huge on it.
Week, and just all the suits there, all they could talk about was RWA tokenization for crypto. They're like, this is it. This is the number one use case. And now Larry Fink is coming out saying that it's the shtick. I don't know. What's everyone thinking?
I'm not huge on it, but I can see it having some legs, because it's a really legitimate narrative in terms of, because every other narrative is just a stupid narrative in a sense, whereas this is the first that could potentially have an actual use case. But I'm just not huge on it because it's not mid curving, but it's mid curving in a way that's it's so such an obvious narrative. Yeah, it's just I don't know. But maybe I'm mid curving because it's such an obvious trade. So I'm 50-50 on it. I think it's got some legs. I just don't think it's gonna be the narrative. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like it's very suit friendly.
It
is,
and
it's if you're
those
gonna
dudes are
shill
outperform us
and onboard some suits, this is what you would suit. This is what you would shill them, for sure.
This is what you're supposed to do.
But I don't know. From my perspective, the weirdest thing was I didn't hear a thing about this coin until it launched, and then the moment it launched, it was all over the timeline. I'm like, did you guys get allo, or what the fuck's going on here?
How funny was that coin that all those grifters got allocated?
The manta
what coin was it?
Satoshi.
Satoshi. What was that? I missed that.
I completely missed that, bro.
Everyone missed it, man. It just came up out of nowhere, and
all of course the grifters got allocated first, though.
Yeah,
it's just annoying as how those dudes profited from it. But yeah,
Shout out to Dojo who like debunked all this as well. He was posting some good content about allocations and so forth. So kept us all educated about it, kept us safe. Appreciate that, Dojo, if you're listening.
Yeah,
thanks. I didn't want to get dumped on by the lady of crypto. That would have been really embarrassing.
What's the go? It's an IDO, and it was like through Ape Terminal. This is the first time I'd ever seen Ape Terminal, but I like checked it out, and I was like, essentially bidding for a really small chance of getting participation in like fresh launch coins.
Yeah, and apparently, I don't know if you guys remember from like 2021 cycle, there was a dude on CT called Nico Z. He was like,
rings a bell. I just don't remember. Like, yeah, go on.
Yeah. Anyway, he was like pretty like there in the CT space, and like some people like used to fuck with him back then. But then like all this like stuff came out about how he was like scamming people, and pretty big in like the Soul space. I think he did a few like Soul Starter or something. I can't remember. Anyway, apparently he's connected to that whole Ape Terminal thing. So it just speaks volumes about like what it is.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm staying far away.
These are the real world assets that TradFi talking about.
Satoshi VM.
Satoshi's vision, mate.
I tried to understand what Satoshi. I mean, thing is, it's actually, I think being bullish on Bitcoin L2 tech is fantastic. When you have launches like this, it's not ideal. Seeing Zach did a thread on it as well.
I saw that,
just being like, this
Grifters alert.
It went to 100 mil in like 4 hours.
Yeah, that was kind of wild.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
What's it at now? Like, has it dumped heavily because they all cheated? But let me have a look.
It's actually holding up better than one would think, but
$10.
Yeah,
that's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that thread. And they were all like trying to justify, all like the grifters were just trying to justify why they like were dumping. And it's just like, well, no, you're just dumping. Like,
yeah, and then Max
feeling
sent,
it hard.
Yeah, and then one of the influencers I think sent Zach 10K, and then Zach was like, I'm gonna donate this onwards because I don't think it's the right thing to do or anything like that. I don't know.
Was that Mac?
Mac, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so I can't really remember. I think it was something along the lines of like genuine appreciation for Zach, and then Zach was like, I might just donate this on, but yeah, who knows?
Yeah, it was pretty. Zach ratioed Mac pretty hard because he was kind of, I've forgotten the exact play, but it was like essentially
is Mac like still like I don't follow these other dudes on CT. I have no idea.
No idea. It's another white wolf that isn't Hsaka.
Okay. Hsaka, he's has all these little riddles when he tweets. I don't understand them.
Yeah. Literally just has a money printing machine at this point.
Yeah, it just puts like a photo of a Super Saiyan, makes like fucking 200K in 2 seconds.
I'll give you boys some alpha, but you know how I'm into like my moon cycle trading. So like, the next full moon is on the 25th of January, and it's the wolf moon. So like, definitely gonna have some sort of Hsaka tweet come out, and whatever coin he tweets, that's the tweet. That's like the coin.
Someone needs to make a wolf meme coin or something.
Well, give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, give me 5 minutes, and I don't know, like
I'll launch it on
30 Sol liquidity.
Yeah, just so long as you don't put it on Sol, because it's so easy to set up.
The way it goes on Sol is like I saw a tweet. I think it was like the L. It was like devs out, Jeets in, Jeets out, Chad's in. I was like, that's so perfect.
How funny was the Harambe like the dev cheated at like 100K, and then he's crying because like it went to like 30 mil while he was watching.
Yeah. And then he like renamed the coin to like what was it?
It was Dev Takeover or something. Dev Takeover.
Dev Takeover.
And then it dumped. It dumped like 50% instantly, and then it just went back to like all-time highs.
Why is this space, man?
I can't. Like, never fucking ceases to amaze me.
Ridiculous. But yeah, in the spirit of time this evening, boys, I do think it'd be good to. You guys were chatting before the pod about something to do with Pudgy Australia. I came late. What were you guys talking about?
Yeah, so we linked up, like, obviously, like, back in November, we went to CryptoCon in Melbourne, and me and Z met Foxy Penguin Ape, who is, like, the Asia biz dev for Pudgy. Anyway, we were like, oh, there's no Pudgy Australia, so, like, Z and I, like, spun up a Twitter account, so like me, Z, and Sticks are like just kind of fucking around in it, but like marketing's not our strong suit at all. Anyway, we got hit up by this Chad out of Sydney called decentrallaw.eth. He's at LawyerDAO on Twitter, and yeah, we just had a little convo. We're gonna try and cook some stuff up for Pudgy Australia this year, which should be pretty exciting. Yeah.
What are you guys thinking?
Like, it's a little bit early, but like we're just gonna like connect up with Pudgy Asia, and try and do like the whole local community meetups, sort of open to everyone. It's not just to people with Pudgies. It's just around spreading the Pudgy brand and trying to get in and you know spread the message at any sort of local conference or anywhere that we can find. So yeah, it should be pretty exciting.
That's sick. Well. Yeah, Swiss, if it was for Pudgies only. Sorry, dude. You gotta. That's a good question. Swiss, do you have a Pudgy yet? You keep making allusions to things in the group chat. Do you own a Pengu?
What means?
Let me tell you guys the story. I was with Wonel and Z as we met the Asia Biz Dev, and they told us a lot about Pudgies, the success that they've had, the brand, what they're looking to achieve, and it was really incredible. And then after that, Wonel and Z were like, oh, you should buy a Pudgy. And I was like, you know what? Everything aligns. It makes perfect sense to buy a Pudgy. But I did not buy a Pudgy at that period of time. And I bought something else instead. Based off my own best judgment, going against the crowd, which didn't turn out to be correct. So I am cheering from the sidelines. But
what did you buy instead? What did you buy instead, Swiss?
Yeah, Swiss.
I bought sappy seals. No.
It's all right. It's a beta. Animal NFTs are gonna pump.
No, they were the same price around the same time, but I bought a V1 Punk just based off the way that they came back to life and how they were the original smart contract for the CryptoPunks before they sent out the second version to the holders when they found a bug in the code. So I think towards the end of the last cycle, a team of people got together and essentially created a wrapper for the original versions. And sort of brought them back to life. And I thought that was like quite a good display of community coming together to like build something out of something that was essentially discarded by the original creators. And then so I liked that appeal to it. I thought it was quite niche, and yeah, I decided to buy one of those instead. And I think they were a little bit more expensive than Pudgies at the time, and haven't gone up as much, but yeah, just live and let learn, I guess.
Yeah, nice. Not the worst trade, Swiss.
Yeah, you could have bought an ape.
Could have bought a mutant ape, dude.
Yeah, I can't imagine if you bought apes and then Pudgy flips them. That'd be insane.
I can't believe apes were 40. Mutant apes, not just normal apes.
Yeah,
mutant apes were 40.
That's insane. Because Wonel was chucking some like little predictions in the chat, saying essentially that if mutants could go to 40 and Pudgies successfully flip apes, over time, proper bull run, Lils, and this is speaking as a Lil holder myself, Lils could potentially go to 40, just hypothetically, not copious.
Yeah, I just put up I just put out the blur thing because like the supply of mutant apes is like 19,500 and supply of little Pudgies is 21,500 at the moment. I think max supply on little Pudgies once all of the tards that haven't realized that they actually have a little Pudgy to claim on their bigs claim them.
People suddenly claim
dude, it's so retarded.
It's so funny.
And I think it's 22,000. So like, yeah, like, you know, mega bull run case scenario, there's a potential, man. Like your little could be 48th, you know.
Gib 69 ETH penguins.
69 ETH penguins. Gib.
Yeah.
Gib.
Yeah,
Gib.
Penguins had a really cool run this week. Like it was awesome. They hit like what 19 ETH earlier.
Yeah, they nearly went to 20, I think. At the top, I think they were like 19.5 or something.
19.6.
And they still like they haven't really like turbo dumped yet either. Not
No.
saying they won't, but
Yeah.
Apart from just being obviously like the best collection in terms of, and I'm not just saying that as just like pumping bags, but is in terms of a founder actually doing shit
something, yeah.
with a fucking collection and turning it into a brand. Outside of that, like, did you guys see any other reasons for Turbo Pump or just like essentially precursor NFT rally?
Pudgy Asia.
I think in all seriousness,
I'm actually not kidding.
I think it's just a good combination of like someone who knows how to build an actual brand, generate actual profits, and also have the meme of like a cult meme community with a cute fat penguin, which is like everyone loves penguins. And
Look at these things, man. They're so fucking cute.
yeah, like look at them. Like how can you not? It's funny. I saw a tweet. I forgot who did it. It was some dude who's just like always a bear, and he wrote, "I'm trying to figure out a way to get angry about this Pudgy move, but I can't because like look at him." And I'm just like, yeah,
dude, look at this scatter. It's like near the floor. Like Jesus.
I mean, the Pudgy Penguins Instagram page right now has 1.2 million followers.
well, that's the thing. They have like a proper TikTok account, like Instagram. They make like reels, I think, and a lot of
The
like
reels
they
are
make
so
funny. They make funny, like relatable content that normies like find funny, and it just intensifies the brand even more outside of our little like echo chamber. So it's good, and like it's a penguin, like it's a meme. Like we've had dog memes, we've had cat memes. It's like it's a cute chubby penguin. Like what else can't it do? Like it's got potential.
Look at him.
Look at him,
man.
look at him.
All right, guys. I don't think we can go a moment further without addressing the elephant in the room, and that would be Ansem and Poordart having some beef on the timeline. I think.
Let me pull it up.
Insert Pudgy gif of Pudgy eating popcorn.
I think that needs to be addressed.
That was pretty.
It was a funny read.
Yeah,
I love seeing these things on the timeline just from an observer's point of view. It's just like just makes my boring life less boring.
What was the read on the beef, gents?
All right, I just pulled it up. So like,
yeah,
it started with like Investbra like tweeting something, and it was like some dude was like, I'm done grifting, made lots of money off of you guys now. I'm wasting it all on dumb shit in Vegas, and like quote tweeting Ansem. And then Ansem's like, your mums should have swallowed you instead of birthing a pussy. And then the dude was like, finally got you to respond to me, all love, trying to get Hsaka for ages, but he fold. And then Poordart's like, that's not a murder to be W or like to be Wasi or whatever the fuck that is. Yeah. And then it just like on and on. And then like Ansem starts like going hard on like Poordart. And then Poordart starts calling him a scammer, like quote tweeting like some TikTok guy. And then like Ansem just goes in. And it's just like back to back. And like
pretty funny to read.
Yeah. It was pretty funny.
Like jewel topless.
just gardens and chill, boys. That's all we got to do. That was the 2022 play. It worked out really well for me. Yeah. But like, yeah, I think this just kind of speaks to like the sentiment right now, which is like obviously dog shit. And like, it reminds me of like back in like June, dude. Like this is like bear market shit. This isn't stuff that we normally see.
It's so funny how we like dump like 5 or 10% and everyone just like wants to like end it all. I think also because the stock market's at all-time highs, everyone's just like crying on the timeline. They're just like, why is your Bitcoin at 70,000? It's like,
do you guys think that there is some sort of right and wrong way to post on Twitter for investment like advice.
Yeah, it's
Because
hard. I feel like
it's a-
once you get
yeah.
so big, it's like it's very hard to like not come out like a not a scammer, but like when you're shilling shit on like even if you've got like even if you're like Ansem and he like shills really good shit most of the time, like he gave everyone soul, he shilled the fuck out of soul. Like if he makes like one bad mistake or whatever, everyone just like attacks him because he's like so big at this point. So it's like it's very difficult. I feel like once you get to a big account on how to post. I feel like small accounts, it's like myself, I'm shadow banned. Like I can't do anything. So, but it's a bit different when you're a big account, I guess.
Well, like think about Satstart, man. Like he still cops the Snow Dog shit. Like to this day.
Yeah, true,
right?
true.
Like he's still.
That's what I mean.
copping
Once
it.
you get so big, yeah, it's like fuck.
But I just wonder, like, no one's telling you to press the fucking buy button. No one's telling you. I understand, but
I feel like it's the opposite.
I
feel like it's the opposite. I feel like the problem is, and the reason people get upset is that everyone, doesn't matter if it's a small account or a big account, everyone talks about what they're interested in, but no one tells you when they're exiting, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And
I think that's actually very true. No one actually says I'm leaving here. I'm like exiting right here.
Yeah.
Made my
whatever
10x
percent.
or
But
whatever.
like, think about the impacts of the sell tweet rather than the buy tweet. It's a lot worse.
That's the thing.
in
You
my
can't
opinion.
win because if Ansem says like I'm selling all my soul, not soul probably. I mean yes soul because it's liquid, but like he says I'm selling all my whiff, like that'll probably just nuke like 20% instantly. Like you know what I mean?
And there's like such a
and that would piss off people even more. I feel like
Exactly.
It's hard for him to win. Like I find it a difficult situation.
Like imagine if Ansem says I'm selling this now, and then like his sell like nukes the price, and then everyone like follows suit after him.
Cheats.
Like oh my god, like
it'll actually
the mess
create,
would be
like,
so much worse.
The chart would be so cooked. Yeah.
And it'd be terrible. Like, and you'd have people that were asleep being like, "Oh god, my bags." Yeah.
And then like he could be wrong too, right? Like he could just be selling early because you don't know what his like personal situation is, or like, how he's managing his like risk, like in his positions or anything like that. So like, I feel like the problem is overall is that people will love getting a signal to buy, but like people aren't ready to get a signal to sell because when people are like buying these coins, they're expecting to go from like $100 to like $100,000.
Yeah,
and then like if they haven't reached $100,000, then they're like, nah, it's not ready yet.
That's a good point actually. So like maybe the way to navigate it maybe it's just like to just assume that everyone has their own levels of risk management. Then you can sort of be like, oh well, it doesn't matter if I like tell them to buy and don't tell them to sell because as long as they like manage their own risk. But yeah, it's a pretty big gray area to be honest because like
I feel like you can't win.
What's this is going to be a really stupid comparison, but like what's the difference between like the Satoshi VM and someone with a large following just tweeting out to go buy whiff?
I think I've got a good like explanation between these is like the where it becomes grifty and where it becomes bad is like when you shill it and you sell after your shill, right? Because like you didn't buy it
with your own money either. You got allocated it.
Yeah, exactly. So like when like you tweet about it and then you start selling into the tweet like countless others have, like that's when it's bad. But when you're tweeting about it because you just are buying it yourself,
you want it to go to 1 billion.
Yeah, and like I doubt Ansem's like fucking aping 80% of his net worth into these coins. He's probably like just fucking around with it because he thinks it's funny, and he's been doing the same sort of thing like since day dot. So like he's just doing what he's always done. It's just that suddenly he's come into some fame and he's
massive,
not adjusted to the fame. You know what I mean?
It's when you're crypto larking it that shit fucks up.
Yeah, exactly.
When you literally just like tweet sell. Ah, dude.
Yeah, that would be my view on it. But like, I think he hasn't come to terms with the fact that he does have the ability to move markets. And like,
the liquid ones, especially.
Yeah, and I think like where the clearest one example of this was like back in 2022 January. He put out his Q1 thesis for 2022. and he mentioned Pocket. I don't know if you remember POKT. It was like a RPC protocol, and like Harmony at the time had like all these issues with RPCs where like people were trying to use DFK and stuff, and like the RPC was getting overloaded, so like you couldn't actually use the shit. Some people in the chat are getting some PTSD now, but like
Wagner Capital, no please.
But like he tweeted, he put it in his like Q1 predictions thing, and like that coin went up like 8x or something stupid afterwards, and like no one cared about that coin beforehand. So like there was, and it was like a genuine, like I think he believed genuinely it was a good tech play, and he was probably right. But like at that point in time, like everyone, including myself, was religiously following his like Q1, Q2, Q3 theses that he was putting out. And on those smaller coins, like even though they were like, you know, 100 mil market cap, or like, you know, $1 million market cap, or like whatever it was, whatever the size was that was acceptable back then, like it was still moving them. And I don't think he's come to terms with that yet. And I think if there was anything to criticize on, it's just that he still believes that on some of those coins he can't move them, but he does. And like people religiously follow what he says, and like trying to get an Ansem tweet on your coin is like a big like marketing scheme for a lot of these meme coins now. And there's a reason for that, because he brings attention to them.
Yeah, that's a really well put explanation.
Yeah, damn, Wonel. That's right up there.
I thought about it a lot.
Yo, Swiss, your favorite coins moving again. What are you thinking about it, huh?
Which one? The Pyth?
Yeah, Pyth? Pyth? I've watched
Oh,
a
it's-
YouTube video the other day. It was
Pyth.
Pyth. And I was like, that's
the
weird.
smartest coin .eth. I think he's like second on the P&L on Binance.
Oh yeah,
If you
He
call
was
it
like
Pyth,
he was very bullish on it.
if you call it Pyth, you've made money from it. If you call it Pyth, you've sold the bottom just as this move has gone up. So how I feel about it, I don't know. I'll send a link to Wonel to bring up on the screen, but Romano was talking about it as like it was quite an interesting move, and to maybe perhaps not trust it. But I like the idea of a repricing of some of the more I don't know what the term is, assets that do things in the Sol ecosystem. So
real world assets.
no, I didn't want to use the buzzword. I didn't want to become a part of the tribe. But yeah, like maybe like things like Jeeto, and I think Shadow's holding up okay. Orca is another one. Some of these other things that like are a lot less in market cap in comparison to
Well, like
maybe they're all getting a reprice to something a little
well,
bit
like
higher.
Pyth is just like a link equivalent, right? So I feel like
It's a link
would
with
be
flash bots. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, wait, what?
I was like, wait a second.
Because that's what everyone says about Jeeto. It's like a Lido with flash bots.
Well,
It's
well,
like,
it
oh,
is.
yes,
It is.
Yeah, some dude used the Jeeto thing to pull on that, like, you know, the $4 whiff wick.
Yeah.
Some fucking random MEV bot on. I'm pretty sure it was just a back running thing. Like it wasn't like a sandwich attack or anything, but it was literally back running. He made like someone pulled like 1.8 mil on a single trade by just like literally being like, oh shit, like literally buying in the same second that the transaction was happening on the fucking pool, just bought a bunch at the initial price and then bundled it and then sold it at like some ridiculous sum at the top of whiff, and then was like, cool, thank you, bye.
And that's why everyone should buy Jeeto. Yep, thank you.
Nice little, yeah. Everyone just get on that Jeeto.
But
Jump in.
No, I think the Pyth thing that's kicked off potentially, like from a narrative quote unquote perspective, is that there is potential airdrops similar to Celestia.
Yep, saw that.
Yep. And so like there will be protocols dropping tokens to people that stake Pyth, because apparently you can stake Pyth. And I think whoever's running their biz dev there, never mind. But whoever's running that's probably just seen the narrative and like, well, let's do the same thing, and then they've partnered with some protocols to do the token airdrops. You could say the same about Pudgies as well.
Yes. Well, there's a big few weeks of airdrops coming. I think there's we've got Dime, Dupe, and Alt. I think is for tier stakers as well, if I'm not mistaken.
What's the deal with the alt shtick? Because I saw that and I was like,
it's I think we'll get it on the 25th. From what I've seen a few posts, I'm not like 100% certain, but I think we'll get it airdropped on the 25th.
Or is it a claim?
It might be a
The
claim.
claim's not out yet.
No, claim's not out yet, but everyone I've looked at the posts from like credible people, and they're saying I'll get up a post now actually.
Shoot it through to me.
They're saying
in the chat.
the 20. Yeah, I'll send it through. Here we go. Less than 2 hours. No.
Oh yeah, I saw in the chat someone talking about like what was the reason for the Doge pump, and it was to do with X releasing payment. I think that's a pretty good explanation, but I know that Elon recently was saying that there's no fucking chance that they're doing Doge payments, but he does flip flop on fucking everything. So who knows?
They just got money transmitter licenses.
Wonel.
Okay, sick. Yeah, X has just got approvals for money transmitter licenses recently, so I think they're going to do more of like a Cash App type thing, to be honest.
Yeah, it's mostly fair because he was. This is the glory of my job. I get to sit in on rooms and write articles about shit. But he was chatting. This was Musk was speaking with Kathy, good old Kathy, and was essentially saying that he doesn't think about crypto anymore. And that was his only thing because Kathy was desperately trying to get him to talk about Bitcoin. She was like, "Oh, Elon, please,
shield my bags. We need an Elon pump again."
Yeah, literally. She was just like, "Oh, so AI," and Elon's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, AI's sick, yada yada yada." And she's like, "Oh, okay, so how about that? How about that Bitcoin, huh?" And he literally just like breathed out, like, didn't say anything for like 5 seconds. And then he goes, "Yeah, I don't think about crypto at all." And then went on this like convoluted rant about fiat supply and demand and all this shit, but essentially didn't say anything. And it was, I'm not sure if he outright, I gotta find it, but it was, I'm pretty sure he said there's no way that they do crypto payments on X. Yeah. Well, but at the same time, if Doge goes up enough, I feel like just purely for a troll, he'd go, "Yeah, maybe."
No, I was a little bit worried this morning when I first saw Doge pumping by itself, to be honest. But it's
not a sustainable pump.
Does that scare you?
It didn't last. It didn't last. So I was happy.
Doesn't. It scared. It like used to scare me, but like then I remembered like Lumi talking about also Lumi when Poad.
Lumi when Poad.
When you're coming on, I remember Lumi in an actual Poad. I forgot who it was with. But he spoke about how like in a bull market, like because everyone was like has PTSD in a bear market of like when Doge pumps everything nukes, but like in a bull market, if you did the same thing in 2021 with Doge, like if you saw the pump and you're like, "I'm bearish," like that's just like it's stupid. So
yeah, I think the caveat on that, it's like it's not when Doge pumps specifically, it's but when Doge is the only thing that's pumping.
Yeah, I guess that's fair enough,
yeah. Like
but, when tell you guys, it's going to 20 cents. It's just,
probably.
I don't know why we're not all in
69 cents. Yeah.
But on the topic of X payments and crypto, like my like low key thesis is, so I've just pulled up an article here. So X announced partnership with Shopify a couple weeks ago, and Shopify, hopefully no weird websites come up when I search this, has also done some partnerships with Solana.
What weird websites would come up, Wonel?
we good. But Solana and Shopify also partnered together, so there may be some low-key Solana and X integrations, but that's my hopium for Solana.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yeah,
that'd be great. Because you could wait. When did this was in 23rd of August?
Yeah.
Cool. Because I've been meaning to get shameless self plug. I've been meaning to get like crypto payments integrated on the NGMI store, so I can, actually sell crypto merch to degenerates the right way.
Nice.
Fraudulent crypto merch to degenerates the right way. That sounds amazing.
Exactly. Fraudulent merch purchased with fraudulent funds. I feel
They're
like
all
it's a
too
good
busy. They're all too busy filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy to notice anyway. So it's all good.
No, legit.
I literally wear your hat every day. The 3 Hours Capital one every day.
The
Fuck
3AC.
yeah.
I today actually went to I went across the road to play basketball, and I wore the FTX one. So
Yeah, nice. I'm like in the process of getting. I was chatting with Pancakes Bra recently, and we're just chatting about suppliers because I'm still using like okay suppliers, but it is the sort of thing that I want to get moving with some like more quality shit. Like the shirts now are better because there's like actual heavy cotton ones on there, whereas before I just had very little idea what I was doing, and now I'm like, okay, I've done a couple of rounds of like test purchases and shit, so I'm way happier with it at the moment, but still plenty of room to go / grow.
That's cool.
That's sick.
How did your partnership with the OG Pepe collection go?
Oh yeah, that went pretty well. I chucked some up on there, couple of sales through. That coin, dude, it was pretty nuts. Like they were doing staking on for like based AI is like their real world, not like a real world asset, but like they're using the meme coin as a way to kind of generate a bit of interest in like their actual like AI platform thing. And I was like, yeah, cool. But no, that went well. That turned out pretty solidly. The NGMI store is it's actually just getting like a consistent little run of sales like once a week ish now, and I'm like, that's
Nice.
pretty good because I put fucking zero effort into like ads or promo for it. So I'm just
did a singular Twitter post and free money.
That's
Legit.
good.
Speaking of effort, though, you did pump out a few juicy podcasts from the NGMI brand. You want to tell us a bit more about that?
Oh, thank you, Swiss. More shameless self promo. So I'm running like a more slightly more like normie leaning podcast. It's called NGMI Podcast. I think K Money had a podcast called NGMI. I had no idea until he commented like, "Nice name, bro," and I was like, "Oh, sorry, dude. Oops." I was like, I didn't know. I genuinely had no idea, and then I like actually chucked it in on Spotify and was like, "Fuck." So, but they haven't posted anything for a year, so I'm running with the torch. I'm the captain now. So yeah, no, with that, it's kind of just me chatting with people. I want to do a couple of solo apps. It's more for like the normie side of things, if that makes sense. So exit liquidity education.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Someone's going to clip that and get me in a lot of trouble, but I mean that as a joke.
Your friends are not exit liquidity. Where's that meme?
I do have a lot of friends that are like, what the fuck is going on with, crypto? And I just feel like there's a lot of the shit that I see it is literally just influencers being like, I think X coin's going to go up 1,000,000%. And like you watch shit on YouTube and you just think like, holy fuck, this is so bad. And so I just thought there's maybe a little room for some actual like educational, interesting content about what's going on. But at the same time, I do want to just chat to people about tech, interesting shit as it goes along. So, and as it grows more, I would just like to speak to people. I do want to do a series like similar to Taiki's like Market Wizards.
Oh, what a pod.
Fuck
Yeah.
dude,
what
that's
a
such
pod.
a good pod,
Love
man.
Taiki.
It's such a like,
bow down to that, man. Taiki's the go for that shit.
The one with Conti Cakes this week was pretty sick.
Yeah, that was a good one. It's funny how like they're all poker players. Like there was him and Geordie, and I'm just like, it has a lot of similarities in terms of like emotions and stuff like that. It's cool.
Yeah, nice, man.
So yeah, that's the plan.
Cool.
And then I'm doing one of those a week. And yeah, pretty much forever. I'm going to do a bunch of solo pods. So Jester, it's called NGMI Podcast. Cheers for asking, so I can plug it some more. But yeah,
Nice, man. Nice.
I'm keeping it chill, and I'm going to do some more like solo series of just like me just recording, talking about approaching crypto investing in a way that isn't just looking at it. And I know we joke about it being like essentially gambling, but I do think that there's more interesting info to be had about it in a way that you're like, okay, this is an actual market. It's not just sports bet. It's very similar, but there's an extension to it that's actually interesting and fun. And if you're under 30 and you're still fucking around with ETFs, what are you doing with your life? Go invest in some.
Don't buy boomer bags, bro.
Dude,
Stop giving him extra liquidity. Like,
I want to. It's educating the next fucking generation to go buy some real assets.
Stop buying booms.
Real world assets.
Real world assets.
My investments are with great companies.
Yeah, just buy some more hooms, bro. That's all.
Yeah, buy some more hooms.
Legit. It makes me sad that people still think that you have to investing is a 10% annual return. That brings a tear to my fucking eye, and I want to change that.
I saw someone's post, and it was like, crypto's degenning gambling. Crypto is the way to make generational wealth, and Tardfi is the way to preserve wealth. And like, that's so true.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you can't make like, unless you pick like fucking Nvidia and put your whole net worth in it like a year ago. Well, how are you supposed to make fucking generational wealth, bro?
I met with a new accountant the other day, and it's like a crypto related accountant. It was pretty cool.
Need one of those.
Yeah, no, he was sick. So anyway, like chatted to him the other day, and we're just talking about some shit. And then I was like, bro, like I'm not here for 10% a year, bro. Like that's like an hour.
I'm not a fucking. Now that I've been in crypto, my brain like can't handle anything. Like if I'm getting 10% a year, like I'm running away. I can't. Oh yeah, I'm a failure. Like
I'm an ETH holder.
Dude, don't do
Why
me.
not? No.
Don't do me like that.
Don't talk about my cold wallet like that, man. That's
Don't talk about my ledger. Oh,
that's rough, bro.
Please,
But it is.
Please,
We're living in the age of digital prosperity. We're right on the cusp of digital shit being worth things. And I think there's that huge paradigm shift towards like, digital stuff can be valuable.
I've noticed
why? Because hundreds of thousands of people say it is, and it can be the end.
Yeah.
I've noticed like a trend of like Zoomers on social media are like pivoting. They're obviously they're just like, I'm not going to do this 9 to 5 shit, and then they're pivoting to doing online businesses, but like they have honestly no edge in those because they're just so oversaturated at this point. Like the Shopify e-commerce grifts and stuff like that.
Eventually, the biggest new grift is the ChatGPT one, where like everyone's like, you start a business with ChatGPT and you get ChatGPT to do everything. Yeah,
I find it funny. Like I don't know these people. I've tried to like tell a few people. Like I have like a few normie friends, and they're all in like TradFi. They have all proper TradFi jobs and stuff like that. And one of them like wanted to start one of these, and I'm like, I tried to explain to him like, dude, if it's on Instagram or TikTok, like you've missed the boat. You have no edge in this whatsoever. Like it's so oversaturated at this point. It might have been good like the first day of ChatGPT launch. You might be able to do something there, but like now that everyone's doing it, you're not gonna fucking get anything done. And
I feel like the course.
It's just be a paid group leader, bro.
Sell the course.
I think the Zoomers will eventually pivot to crypto once Bitcoin reaches all-time highs. They'll be like, I can't make any money on this business bullshit, and then they'll just pivot to the
That's our future exit Bitcoin liquidity, bro.
Yes. Yes. I hope hope the fucking tax fucking office isn't listening in, but exit liquidity.
Speaking of ETH before though, Wonel, you brought up some really good points earlier this week about when ETH pumps, it's a signal to go risk off due to the wealth effect. that it brings all of the ETH holders. Did you want to elaborate on that a little bit more and just like help me, because I'm like retarded and obviously not good at this, to understand, and maybe a little bit of chat help us out as well with what you mean by that.
So like I'll just pull up like what I was speaking to you about in the chat earlier today, but like I kind of used an analogy where, you know, if you think about like the whole PvP PvE thing, where like it's like the amount of projects and people that are all, you know, especially over the last 12 months, have like decided that ETH is the future. And like by rights, they're probably right. You know, like ETH is the longest lasting smart contract platform sort of coin. But like if you imagine like what happens when ETH gets bid, like naturally, like all of those projects get reevaluated pretty quickly, because like if ETH's worth a lot more, then everything that's built on ETH theoretically is worth a lot more. So like there's a reevaluation thing that happens there. So not just naturally from like the people that hold the coin, but from like the coins that are built on it. So I'm talking like your RVs, your Uniswaps, like all of that. All of those things suddenly get like a natural boost. Okay, so now we've just created like billions in value just from that alone. And then you talk about like the whole PvP thing from like an analogy point of view. And then like if you imagine like this is like a game, and all of the players in the game originally have like their own tribe or their own clan that they belong to. But like over time, people have worked out how to solve this game. And then all of those people that have worked out how to solve the game, because like people have left the game because they got bored or whatever it may be, maybe they lost, and they've all accumulated into the one sort of clan or guild. Then like who is there left to fight, right? Or who is there left to bring onto the guild and like verse another like clan or guild or whatever it may be. So like then what happens is like, well, the game gets boring, and then some people in the clan start defecting and start their own clan. So I'm talking like Solana here, for example. And then like suddenly you start getting like this movement of this other clan, and then like that clan starts doing well. So like you get the defectors, and you get other people that are in the original clan that still believe in that clan, but like want to take advantage of like maybe what this other clan are doing and like the rewards that they get, and then bring it back to the original clan. And then so like when there's like no marginal buyer left in the whole PvP arena in terms of like ETH, well then like there's no one left to buy it. So like you're going to buy something else. So the people that have the wealth in ETH leave ETH, buy something else. Some do well, some don't. The ones that do well, that are true believers, bring that money back, and then it eventually pumps ETH again because they've made some money elsewhere, stole from the little fish, and then brought back to the big fish.
Interesting.
So like that's
very interesting.
That's the way I kind of see it. And then like, you know, it's like a resource collecting, you know, accumulation, and then I bring it back sort of thing. But then some of those defectors leave defected for good. And then that's why you see like all these other projects suddenly gain value relative to ETH without ETH itself gaining value, because they've defected from the original. They've taken the money that they'd accumulated from it. ETH's lost a little bit. And I don't talk in like actual price terms of ETH. I just talk about like overall value towards ETH. And that could be price, but it could be anything. And then like that value accumulates to these other clans, which are the other coins, for example. And then as we were talking, I sort of come up with a little theory on like maybe how to like view this a little bit. So I'll just pull up my screen. And I don't know if this is right or not, but I use like ETH BTC as a ratio. Because one thing I've noticed, just like from my own personal point of view, is that ETH BTC tends to pump like when things go bad, like market wise. So, and then like the way I thought about it then was like, okay, well, market wise is anything that's not ETH and BTC. So maybe it's total 3, because total 3 is the total crypto market cap excluding ETH and BTC. So I use the ETH BTC ratio divided by total 3 to kind of like represent this. And then like if you look at the chart, like this is April 2021 when like this chart like bottoms out, and that to me was the real top of the 2021 cycle. That's like another story for another time. And you can see it like bottoms out there, and then like that's the November top, there. And then here's the whole bear market. And then back here in September is like when everything started going well with Sol and all these other ecosystem coins. And then since the new year, like you can see the chart started going the other way. And that's when markets have been pretty choppy and all of that. So like, I think it's a good like kind of metric to sort of show that like when ETH does well, like the rest of the market doesn't do so well. And then like, it's actually a bearish signal overall. So
that's interesting. Yeah, that's really good. That actually does sound like a good barometer to like keep an eye out for.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to use this now as like a sort of local top signal indicator. So like if we ever hit like this line here that I drew out here or this line here, probably be like a good spot to take some stuff off. But and even now, like looking at this, like it kind of ran up past this line here, which is some sort of resistance here. And, you know, this is kind of why I got a little bit bullish this morning, or very bullish this morning, because I think if we break down from here, it's kind of a reversal sign. And given the sentiment that we've seen on Twitter, kind of makes sense timing wise. But yeah, that's a very complicated way to say up only.
Yeah, we simply just wait until our coins go to Valhalla. I'm at the point where I'm just like so. Like my entries have been good on the coins that I have conviction on, and I'm just like I can't even justify selling at this point. So maybe I'm too retarded, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Do you guys think we'll resume up only in a shortish period, or maybe we're cooling out for a bit?
I don't know.
If we were going to have a healthy market, it starts in March around the halving.
I think it. Yeah, I think.
I agree.
I think a healthy market would be like chopping and then eventually going up. It's been kind of good that I don't know how much Barry has left to dump, but we're still at what are we at?
So much,
40.
Dude, so
we're
much.
nearly at 42,000. So we've absorbed a good chunk of that. I don't know how much he has left, but at this point,
on the pod and
we'll have to ask how many more freaking.
Just ask him how big the week is.
Yeah. Oh god. It doesn't help that he said that. And yeah, that was a nice top signal. But on both times he said it, or as many times he said it. But I think a healthy market would be we don't just go up in a straight line. It's more choppy, go up, choppy, go up, dip, whatever. Just nothing like 2021. I think we've said that on previous podcasts where we think, I think, but I think a few of us have agreed that it'll be a healthy up only, not a leveraged FTX 3AC up only.
Yeah, I just pulled up the amount that Greyscale owns right now relative to everyone else that holds Bitcoin. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's fucking huge. Like, it shits all over MicroStrategy. It shits all over every other ETF.
Wait, how many
all over
do they
China.
have?
They have 581,000 Bitcoin.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of Bitcoin. Holy shit.
It is huge, dude. It's huge. So
what's that, like? That's like 5%. Wait, no. How many do they have?
581,000.
Chat, do the math on this for us, please.
Oh, wow. Jesus. Okay, that's a lot. Fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought they had like 150K or something.
No, they got heaps. Like, so like the FUD's probably like warranted, to be honest. But
yeah, I can understand that. But yeah, that's crazy. Barry, stop
selling my coins.
Barry, please.
I've seen some interesting kind of discourse around like the GBTC selling. And I've seen so many conflicting opinions of like, no, it's not just GBTC, dumping on markets. I don't know. I'm definitely not educated enough on this to have any opinions. Does anyone else have any thoughts on if it's just the GBTC dumping that's causing this action, or if it's like a mix of just sentiment in terms of like, oh man, we had the Cointelegraph intern tweet and that was a god candle. Why didn't we get a god candle on the actual day?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I
It's
feel
going
like
against legacy at the moment as well, which is quite interesting.
yeah,
I
I feel
feel
like we're
like
going to
as
see how
well
this
it's-
week plays out. To be honest,
I feel like as well it's more of a just the ETF was approved and sentiment we went to like 48K or whatever, and everyone was just like, even the suits probably were just like, yep, like it's approved. Like the suits that actually cared about Bitcoin were probably just like, yep, Bitcoin stocks nearly at all time high, Bitcoin's going to go up. And it's just funny the Kobe tweet where he's like, it'll be hilarious if we just dump like 15%, like they'll think we're the biggest scam market of all time, like on approval.
Well, good thing we gave them that.
Yeah. They still think we're a fucking joke. It's nothing's changed. I don't think anything will ever change. But
And that's where the alpha is. The more that people say it's a scam,
I think that's
the more
exactly.
time you have
Until
to accumulate.
Exactly. Once they say it's like obviously Larry said it, but like once everyone says it, then it's like the edge is all gone and in crypto, and it's like we become like boomers and get our 10% a year.
Koi Fish Farmer had a good point. I was going to say this, but it is the ETF flows. Like if you ignore the Greyscale one, has been really good. They've actually outweighed. They've actually outweighed the Greyscale sales. So I think that's why the price actually is so muted.
Oh,
Ben McKenzie tried to like FUD the flows that were in, and he's like, "This is terrible." Like, and I'm like, "How?" I'm like, are you retarded? Like,
I don't. I think I said this on the last one as I proceeded to shit on someone, but I try not to shit on people too much. But Ben McKenzie, he occupies like a special place in this space in the sense that he said he lost 250K shorting.
He was like
Bitcoin.
Proud of it. Yeah.
And I'm like, I would be really surprised if he actually did. I do think that, because they're not approaching, and this is something that Lawrence said, Function Zero was talking about, and he had a great tidbit on it at a conference recently. It was just in a clip on Twitter, but it was essentially saying that, Ben McKenzie's, there's a couple of other, the Amy casters, they belong to like a section of counter grifting almost. John Reed Stark as well, because it's like they're making money off shitting on crypto. And I remember, and it's like it can be very profitable. Like people do want to read that kind of shit. I remember writing like a Medium article ages ago talking about like a Greyscale unlock and how it was bearish. And that was like one of the best performing ones. And I was like, oh, you could actually make a good deal of money from just literally sitting online, running a blog and just being like, yeah, Bitcoin sucks. Buy my
if you just put like a red line going down and like you do like an emoji of your face like surprised on YouTube and you say like the big crash is coming, like the amount of views you'll get.
Who's that guy? Data Dash or whatever his name is.
Dash. Crypto Rover Data Dash. Thank God for those guys.
I would literally rather get 7 views on YouTube than ever post a surprised face. I would rather no one ever sees anything I ever do than get 1 billion views from a fucking thumbnail that's like, oh, one of the big. I can't do it, man. I'm like,
that behavior is mental illness and needs to be studied.
Yeah. I know. People think talking to your alts is mental illness. No, that's completely mental illness.
Yeah, okay, Shay. I mean, sticks.
I saw someone tag Inverse Bra, like he was obviously asleep, but it was like Che and Triple B, like replying to. I was like replying to Che, and because I'm like shadow banned, he must not be able to see my sensitive content photo. And then Triple B is just like, Che messaged me, just told me that he couldn't see your photo. Like, okay, thanks, bro. And then Kay just writes thanks.
Oh man, the mental illness is real.
Mental illness, like, yeah, I love it.
Dude, there's a guy on sorry, this is going back to the thing we were just talking about, but there's a guy on YouTube and his just at is Benjamin. I might actually, can you post links in the Sanko chat?
Yeah, Benjamin. You can do that.
Yeah, sick. Oh, that's terrible. What is that?
That's so bad. Never mind.
That is not it. That is not it. Delete this. There we go. That's it there. Yeah. So it's essentially beat the market trading scary thumbnails. And he has like a whole counter trading strategy for like when there's shitloads of scary thumbnails, how to like essentially do options and puts trading strategies based on the thumbnails.
That's hilarious.
And it's really funny. And he's one of my favorite YouTubers. He hasn't posted in he did one a month ago. But yeah, he does a bunch of shit.
The YouTube bears are like on par at this point with like the Reddit plebs. Like they're just so annoying to me.
Dude,
the Reddit dudes are as well. I can't.
Dude, all of my like normie friends are all Reddit plebs, and like try and like get them to like leave.
The price of like eggs, and I'm like, well, like fucking do something with your life, dude.
The price of eggs.
Yeah, I've seen threads of like they're just like, yeah, like this is my budgeting for the week. Like this is how I budget. Like this is how I save and invest. Well, I'm just like, nice, man. Enjoy having $1 million when you're 80.
Redditors are allergic to money at this point.
The best was the Pudgy threads. The dude put in his he put a photo of his Pudgy, and he's like, his profile picture's worth 20K. Should I sell? And like everyone's just like, oh my god, if someone's offering you 20K for that, take it and run, brother.
That was like back in September too, right? When...
Dude, that was like, yeah, it was like after the initial Pudgy Pump. And like, I think, yeah, they were like 20K. They're like 6 or 7 ETH, I don't even know. And yeah, he did that. And then some dude commented like, sell it now, you'll regret it in a month. And then like heaps of people in the comments wrote like, what's the price at now? Like after a month, and no, the dude hasn't replied. I'm just like, fuck you, motherfucker. Have fun staying poor.
Have fun staying poor.
But
I find the NFT like normie, like people that have not, like they just automatically associate NFTs with scams, and like I understand why, but like they talk about it as if they have like spent every day on Blur like analyzing the market. They're like, dude, every NFT has gone to zero. It's like they haven't. Like there's still billions of dollars of like trading volume every single day.
Yeah. Well, it's actually kind of funny.
Everyone, you go, Wonel.
I was just going to say the Rolling Stone article about like all of the NFTs are dead, like came out literally at like the Pico bottom
signal. Great. Yeah. I used that on a post, and I was like, great bottom signal indicator, and like it was literally like days of the bottom. Like,
dude, what was it? It was like really snarky and condescending headline as well.
It was a dude as well who just
NFTs
has no idea.
Finally like, worthless. You're like, oh, fuck off, dude. Hilarious.
I find it funny as well. Like NFTs, I feel like they're gonna pump so hard this cycle just based off the fact that it reminds me of like the OG when Bitcoin first pumped. Like everyone, like people now that are in Bitcoin actually used to call it a scam, and like I feel like that is the sentiment with NFTs. It's like people are in NFTs, and then there's everyone else that just like, even people in crypto, like heaps of people call NFTs a scam. I saw Beanie was like, he's a great counter indicator as well, and he was just like talking shit about like, why would you buy a rare Pudgy penguin when you can just buy like a floor one? And it's just like, why wouldn't you? Like if you want to get it, like why wouldn't you buy the rare one? And like everyone was just, and he was just like, you're so stupid. Like it's just like, bro. Like they're just like everyone hates like NFTs for some reason. I think they're just gonna pump so hard because everyone's like so against them. Yeah,
but I mean, Bored Ape, like I don't know. It was pretty. It would be pretty jarring for the. I mean, it was jarring for everyone. Like Bored Apes were worth 450K, and it's like you had fucking
drifts in NFTs, like Bored Ape and like Azugis and stuff like obviously normies do have like. They are right to a sense where like 99% of the grifts, but like to say like the entire market of NFTs is a scam, it's like, well, no, the trend's going digital. So there's obviously going to be people that enjoy digital property as they do with like collectibles in real life right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just think you just have like...
It just doesn't make sense to me how people can't actually come to terms with that. It's like you literally sit on your phone every day and stare at numbers on a screen, but like you can't understand how like digital property works.
Yeah, it is
Exactly.
pretty funny. But like, I mean, you had what Paris Hilton and Jimmy Fallon showing pictures of their apes on TV at like
Great.
400K, and you're
What's his
just like,
name?
yeah,
Steve Aoki or whatever his name is, at the concert. This is my doodle, everyone. Like while he's on stage, I'm like, fuck.
Dude, fucking Jimmy Fallon shilled people, and that was the worst thing that could ever happen because now our timeline is just filled with dicks every time like something popular happens. It's so bad.
true.
Well, that's the thing. Like once Justin Bieber buys Pudgy, it's a good time to take profits. I think.
Yeah,
True.
for sure.
Neymar and Justin Bieber buy a Pudgy at high six-figure valuation. We
Crypto
we
Man
use them.
Ran tweets, I've just swept Pudgies. Oh,
No way. Yeah, that was a joke, right?
it's a total joke. It's a total
Okay,
joke.
thank
It's
fuck.
Damn, I got excited. I was like, oh, imagine they're like 19 now.
oh man.
You ratioed someone on the TL this week though, Sticks, which I thought was funny. Someone just said, "Oh, enjoyed that pump while it lasted when it pulled back like 20% from
Yeah,
like
it went up 65% and it pulled back like 15%, and then I'm just like, it was an ape as well. I was just like, yeah, so I'm shaking, bro. I'm only up like 5 to 6x in like 2 months.
4 months.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
shaking. You guys are down early.
Yeah, that was so
Oh,
funny.
good. It's funny as seeing like the apes, like they do threads, not threads, they do like Twitter spaces about like, they're like, a penguin's overvalued at the moment. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like you can't, there's nothing to talk about with your shitty project because nothing's actually going on with it.
Yeah,
I think we just need to go back to the Kevins.
yeah, they're gonna be worth so much money when they're hung in the Louvre. But I was just about to ask, do you guys think there's any other projects out there apart from penguins that have a
Dude,
real chance?
NFTs are so hard to predict because like new ones that are like if there's a new project, it's like everyone just associates it with a scam at this point. Like I can't see like a new one pumping unless it's like it's just I just can't see it. Whereas new coins, it's like obviously way better. Like you want to buy new coins. The new NFTs is just like. Well, what about that Kobe analogy that you spoke about, Wonel? It was like a short clip about like their like nostalgic, cultural or whatever.
Cultural significance. Yeah.
Yeah. That like makes a lot of sense for like penguins and stuff like that.
For sure, because like penguins
don't
hit the New York Times and that, but like everything else.
Yeah,
really
it's like culturally significant. Like that was the first NFT cycle. Like penguins are in New York Times. Like they're. Yeah,
if there's
like,
any other like NFTs that will come back that I think might have like a salty run back will be Tubby Cats, Chubbyverse.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think what else. It'd be all of the cute stuff. I think that'll eventually have its like day in the sun again.
I have like an unpopular opinion, and like I hate the apes, but like I'm getting like close to a point where I think they won't like outperform by any stretch of the means, and they won't like go up. But I think they're like getting to a point almost where they're like probably going to bottom eventually.
I agree. I think single digit.
That doesn't mean they're not going to like go up. It just means like they're just probably not going to bleed anymore.
I think single digit ape, like the moment you get a single digit ape, like that's when you buy.
Like it's probably a good time to buy it.
Yeah.
If it goes to like 18 or 19 or something.
No, I think like
honestly,
8 or 9. I think if it hits like 9.99 ETH or something like that, like that's when you fucking just hit the gas tank.
Oh,
yeah,
dude, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, you just hit the gas tank. They'll run
I wouldn't.
for sure.
I'm never buying one in my life, but yeah, that'd be crazy.
I'm never buying one in my life.
Yeah, I don't know if I could.
I don't even find them like cool.
No, it feels so gross.
They just cringe to me. Yeah, I don't know. They're ugly, like in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't see things like these guys do, but yeah, that's probably a good point. If they go to single digits, that would be so max pain.
Do you guys think there's a scenario where nothing really goes as high as like the Bored Apes floor price?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like that was crazy.
Zero interest rate phenomenon.
Yeah. Unless we go back to zero, I can't see us going. What did it go to? 100 and What did it go to? Like, what was the floor price for
150 ETH or something?
But that was it. What price was ETH at that point?
It was like 450k for a board.
Okay, that's that's ridiculous. So
It was like at 4K ETH. So yeah.
yeah, that's probably never going to happen again unless we go to zero. But like, I don't know, punks could just keep ripping up only forever.
That's good for sure.
Yeah.
Like Bitcoin, like it's sort of like the NFT, the first like proper one. So I think they've actually been pumping as well. I think they're at like 60 something now.
Yeah, they got a $3 million sweep the other day.
And they got there's some big freaking apes coming in hot to get some rare ones as well. So it's a good sign for the NFT. I'm surprised Blur as well. The token hasn't actually ripped higher than what I thought it will. I mean, it probably will eventually.
It will once like Bitcoin stops being a fucking.
Yeah, that's actually very true. Blur, yeah, I mean, it looks really good still. So,
once Bitcoin stops being,
I still find it funny how everyone thought Blur ruined NFTs. No, your shitty project ruined NFTs. It actually made NFTs better.
Yeah, for sure.
That was such a funny fucking analogy.
Yeah, it is weird.
Of course, the ape said it. Yeah,
you had like the royalties discussion of like, how am I going to continue making an income of just generating 10,000 pictures out of nowhere? God damn it! And it's like, okay, no, it was a good move from Luca.
What's the go with Umar? Is that how you say it?
Umar.
Yeah.
Umar.
What the Umar?
The Koreans have it's a DWF coin, dude. Like, I'll just pull it up. Like, look at it's got all the signals of a DWF coin. So like, you've got like no volume, like no action. You've got sudden OI increase. You've got fully negative funding. Like, this shit's at like -2.
Negative funding.
-2% on like 8-hour average. Like, it's just cooked, dude. And there's another one, API 3, that's following the same playbook at the moment. I was just looking at Validata just before, and like Sol's lost its like top 3 like volume, 24-hour volume spot. But like you got Umar, and then you got Doge. You got Doge as well.
Can someone explain what Umar is?
Umar is like mum in Korean.
Yeah.
Thank you, Senpai Wonel. That's useful. Good to know.
But
what are you guys' thoughts on Manta? Do you reckon it pumps, or I hate the coin because I didn't get an airdrop. So.
And all of the people in it are like scammy as fuck too.
Yeah, fuck those.
What's this? Which coin?
Manta. It was like Blast, but with like scammy influences. It was like, what's the chick and the dude? Like the Lark Davis, or was it someone else?
Lark Davis.
I can't remember.
Lark.
I don't know. It's like all the like scammy people were in it as like the quote unquote influencers, and they all had like the same posts about it. And like the funny thing was there was like this whole like I think it was on Steady Lads, but there was like this whole stone ETH as well, where like you could bridge your ETH across to Manta, and for the potential airdrop. And then what had happened was you bridge and you could get stone ETH, but the only way to bridge back is to sell the stone ETH for staked ETH. And then so what ends up happening is like the stone ETH depegged from ETH value.
Oh yeah, so you were losing like what was like 10%?
10%. Yeah.
So like
exactly.
people were doing it like 10 times and they'd lose like an ETH or something.
Yeah. So like the stone ETH only converts back to ETH in like 2 months or something from now. So like there's like a massive depeg, and like everyone did this shit for the airdrop and then got fuck all from the airdrop.
That's so bad. That's so bad.
Yeah. So like now they have to wait like 2 months in order to get their redemptions like back to normal ETH value, and
a beautiful 3-figure airdrop.
Yeah, and then like the ETH value probably in 2 months' time is probably going to be shit ass. I mean, no, it's going to be up only. But
don't do this to me, please.
But yeah, like it's just kind of funny. Like the whole thing played out pretty poorly, I think. But probably could go up.
I'm just hoping. Dying, I'm very much looking forward to Alt because it's like a dark horse. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I do know 25th looks likely. And dupe.
Yeah.
A little nifty one with that. Just a bit of extra dosh that it could fucking gamble on shitcoins, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like the full moon
More
week,
wealth effects for Sol.
the Hsaka moon week is going to be really good because we're going to get all these airdrops in the same week. So
It's actually it is airdrop week. So
yeah.
good.
Come Wednesday, it's going to be up and.
I wonder when we're going to get done because literally, I think right now, maybe within the next half an hour, is like
the
you
last
can't
time to
anything.
claim. Yeah.
Be interesting to see how many days until the drop.
Can't
I'm
wait to
assuming
cheat.
though.
I'm only going to cheat if it's like worth $1.
Yeah,
or
same.
$10.
I'm only gonna
$10
cheat.
or something. Yeah, $10.
If it's worth like $8 or $9, I'll front on 10 and just cheat.
Yeah.
But
I'll
I'm
cheat
still going to stake like 10-15% of it.
Yeah, same.
Regardless. But if it's not that price,
on Avo. What's it on Avo?
On Avo?
Hopefully it's still around $4
I don't want to
or $5.
see how
That'd be...
deep underwater my dupe long is.
Yeah.
Dude, the dupe launch has gone so bad. Did you see he released that not dupe coin?
No,
really?
Yeah. So
What?
he released this like not dupe coin, which is like a test coin for the launch of dupe, and it was like a meme coin, and it like went up a lot. Yeah, Dime's trading at like $3.90 at the moment from like the $5.60.
So it's gone down.
Yeah. Nah, it'll be $10 for sure.
not a worry.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
I was looking at oh man, I just had the fucking tab open. I was looking at the alt layer airdrop info. So yeah, mark your calendars as we prepare for the launch of Alt Token on January 25. Token
I
listing
think that's
date.
when. Yeah, I think that's like when we'll be able to claim.
And
Or
they said
maybe
they took their snapshot on Jan 17. So pretty quick turnaround. Yep. And so it's for qualified Eigenlayer restakers and Celestia stakers. Or if you're like one of the alt layer OG badge NFT holders or OOTI NFT holders, whatever the fuck that is.
Hopefully I don't get blacklisted.
Yeah.
I'll cry.
I just put it up. It's called mockJup. mockJup. It's literally 15 mil FDV.
What the hell?
15 mil market cap. It's like straight up only.
So you could have traded it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like he launched it and then you could have bought it at like cheap as fuck.
Yeah, like literally.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's like
That's funny as I didn't even know that.
Yeah. 15 mil FTV, so it's kind of funny.
Oh, dude, that'll probably go up even more. Like,
yeah, it's gonna do better than actual juice.
Decent. Literally, like it will.
Holy shit! That's definitely
funny.
that's your counter trade to dupe when it fucks up.
Yeah.
It already is.
Yeah.
They launched a mock token. What the fuck?
Why do?
I love this space, dude.
I don't know. Well, what's the plan, Swiss? I know you're getting a dupe airdrop. Are you going to hold Jeet or what's the plan? So I don't really know what to do. If I should just Jeet it.
Well, I don't know. Like the markets seem pretty chill. If this was in October or November,
dude.
I probably would have been more inclined to hold. I don't know if dupe has what it takes to hold up every single coin. Personally, I do think it could go quite well given the right conditions, but it may present an opportunity cost for me in that period of time. So, like, I don't know. I'll get a feel for it. I'll probably not even claim straight away. I'll probably just give it a day and just not look at charts and then maybe come.
No, you want to claim when it's
what's
as low as possible because for the tax advantage of that.
Oh, interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah,
low as possible.
Yeah, because you want to claim it when it looks really bad. So then when you claim it, your income or however you treat the taxes is better.
But wouldn't it? Wouldn't it if you say you claim it at like 50 cents and it goes to $1, but you sell it at $1? Like, what's the difference of claiming it at 50?
Well, we're given this as like not well, I might have this wrong, but in Australia, I think it's considered as technically a gift, not income.
No, it's
Oh, really?
considered. Yeah, it's considered
Yeah.
income. It's considered income.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I don't think it's considered income because the taxable event isn't you receiving it.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if it is, if I'm honest, because say you give me money,
Have they actually
You're-
done a thread on this
you're
on the
paying
ATO,
tax
like an
on-
airdrop thread?
you would be So like if you say you give me $100,000 in whatever
Here it
asset,
is. Here it is. I just pulled it up. ATO.
We're settling it.
the
No,
money.
everyone else not right.
The money value of an established token you received by an airdrop is ordinary income at the time you receive it. You need to declare this in your tax return as other income.
Grift, it's crafty.
surely
fuckers.
not.
Boom, straight from the ATO.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the ATO actually acknowledged airdrops,
yeah,
motherfuckers. God damn it!
Surely you
Is
can
it-
put it down as a gift.
Nah. It's
No,
kinda-
I don't think so now.
They also released a bunch of shit on like wrapping and unwrapping.
Yeah, they
So
did.
it's like if you unwrap a fucking token, it's like a taxable event.
Oh, God,
And
I
it's
hate
like
these people
you
so
move
much.
fucking wrapped ETH and then you unwrap it and it's still just the same fucking token.
Wonel,
like, that's
is
taxing.
your tax dude gonna save you a lot of money?
Yeah. I
Okay.
he
Might have to
might
call him.
he might be
I might have to
listening
call
to
him once
this because
I
I
might have to
sent him the
call him once I
podcast.
save the. I might have to call him once I sell at the generational Pico top.
No, he's
Surely
pretty chill.
it's not considered as income. I'm baffled by this.
Yeah, it is.
I had a feeling it would be, but like I was hoping it wasn't.
Yeah, it is.
Ah, this is brutal.
That really
No.
does suck.
Yeah,
No, surely it doesn't. No, surely.
bro,
You
it's
can-
ATO. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
no, but like, hear me out. So if you claim it, you claim the cost as your
Yeah.
investment to receive the airdrop. You can just say this is what you bought it at, and then you can just say it's capital gains.
No.
But,
So
like,
if you
what's the
sell it,
investment?
if you sell
'Cause,
it, if
the
you sell
investment's
it,
like
Capital
tier.
gains.
yeah, no, if you sell
Because
it,
what the ATO is saying is that as soon as you get it, you owe tax on it, which doesn't make sense to me because that's not the taxable event. The taxable event would be when you sell it, which
Yeah,
would be the capital
nah,
gains.
they're telling you that you get taxed at the time that you receive it, and then when you sell it, you also pay tax on it
Yeah,
What?
but
based on your
no,
cost
that can't.
basis.
No, I even though it's like written there, I'm generally curious because what if you can't access it and you receive it? You can't tell me that the government's going to be like, yeah, you have to pay tax on it.
Yeah, well, like pump it up, mate said in the chat here. No one in the fucking world can properly calculate the tax on crypto.
Yeah.
a fucking man, dude. A
No,
fucking
but like
man.
Swiss,
Yeah.
no one's gonna know if you got sent an airdrop like by accident and you did nothing with it. Like, how's the ATO gonna know if you got sent an airdrop in your fucking MetaMask wallet?
Exactly. I
ETH is
I
agree.
scared,
with-
They're not gonna know until you like send it. Like until you like send it to an exchange and sell it. Like, there's no.
Now,
No, like,
if
history.
you've interacted with the wallet before, though, like they'll know.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I guess that does make sense.
Yeah, if
but I
you've been
made new
funding it-
wallets, motherfuckers.
If you've been
Yeah.
funding it straight from a sex, you're fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
But I agree that it like the ATO is what it's saying is like what the ATO is saying. I just generally am curious as to why they would think it's actual income because you don't know you're
it's like
receiving it.
free. Yeah. Well,
And they could give you. It could be the same as being given equity, and you're essentially there is a cost that you pay to acquire it, of which you could claim against that, which
Yeah.
then creates it as income, not creates it as a capital gains, not as income. But yeah, that's really bizarre. I generally thought it was not that. So
It's
yeah, no,
it's
probably
it's
have to
in
go-
line with
go back to
the
drawing board.
US. It's in line with how the US treat it now. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
Sorry, chat. We got a bit boring about
Taxes.
regulations.
Yeah.
Speaking of taxes and speaking of airdrops, for all of our loyal viewers right now on Sanko TV,
Wait.
DMT are putting out an airdrop to people that use the platform, including ourselves. But if you do the boosts, if you boost us, it adds to your points, and those points could make you eligible for the 500k of ARB that will be airdropped in early February. So
Sheesh.
boost away.
We're boosting.
Nice little bit of alpha there.
That's fucking fantastic. Look at that. And also DMT, the market remains wrong. That's my.
Market remains wrong.
It's still wrong. I'm going to keep saying it every week until $100. Wrong. Market's wrong.
But I went to like 40 or 50 or something, didn't it? We were really high.
Yeah, I bought the literal Pico top. So.
Oh, I do remember we went dinner and like it was like really high. It was like $40 when we went dinner.
Yeah, and everyone was like, I think it was Z. Z was like, it's $100, and I was like,
I was fucking hard shilling Harry Potter coin to all you motherfuckers.
Koi Fish Farm was just asking, what do you think that's going to go? I think so. The way it gets distributed will be ARB that gets distributed to the wallets, not DMT itself. And yeah, so 500k ARB is $1 million. So depending on like ranking of points, I think you just get ARB in your wallet. I think. But I think once that happens, then maybe you start getting a bit more attention on to the Sunko eco.
Yeah, I feel like if like the big like the dudes who got the most points, and if they get like a big airdrop, I feel like there'll be a lot of attention.
And Small Capital just mentioned before that once Sunko releases their L3 chain, then there's likely to be meme coins on the Sunko chain. So
ooh,
that'll be sick.
Brotato coin. There we go. Problem solved.
Yes.
Brotato coin. Someone make it.
Yeah.
No, someone don't make it. Definitely, whatever the coin that is a minion smoking a crack pipe will do well.
Yeah. We definitely need. I'll launch Brotato coin the moment that DMT has its L3 coin chain. I'll get in the trenches and I'll release a coin.
You're the man, bro. You're the man.
Put the full ARB airdrop into the coin. That's it.
Well,
Bankless did it right, so surely we could do it. They grifted all of that fucking optimism, so should be right.
That was actually crazy.
We'll just put in Brotato Capital Australia, Brotato Capital England, Brotato
Nigeria, Brotato Capital Turkey.
Dude, legit. Just we contribute to Sunko education, and that's what we do.
I'll do a Brotato Capital Japan one. I go to Japan once a year. Yes,
that's
my contribution.
Oh, speaking of Japan, Six, you had something you wanted to do in Japan if certain coins hit certain prices.
Oh yeah, I did my post of if TIA hits $69, I'll throw a party in Tokyo. If it hits $69 before Halloween, I'll throw a party in Tokyo and invite whoever the fuck's there. So I'll invite the usual suspects like Avengi and the Bunny Girl Capital guys and a few others like Control and stuff will probably be there. But then obviously
anyone in the chat
dudes might come, and then anyone that's there hit me up and you'll be invited if TIA hits $69. So,
well, if TIA hits $69, I'll be affording a trip over to Japan. No concerns. So
I'll be it'll be good. If that happens. Let's just say that. No need to explain anymore.
I love
Sticks. I'm just trying to imagine your net worth at TIA at $69.
It'll be good. It'll be very good. I'm thinking about it now.
I think you need to speak to my accountant.
I'll need to speak to your accountant, and that's assuming all my other bags pump as well. So we'll see how we go. Hope.
Sounds good.
We just hope. Thank
you, Gamzeth, for the beer.
What was this is probably the last thing I'll say before it's time to wrap up and go to bed. I was thinking there was, I'm not sure if this is just, it's something that I've picked up off the timeline and I have no way of tracking it down. So I'm sorry in advance, but it was someone talking about how TIA is actually competing with ETH.
Yes,
and I didn't really properly look into it, but I was actually interesting. I'm gonna bookmark it. I didn't, and I'll look at it later. I didn't. So if someone would like to talk about that'd be fantastic.
Can you talk about that one, El? Because I don't I understand the basics, but I can't go into detail because I'm retarded.
So basically, with ETH, right? like the roadmap is modular. So you've got the L1 as like the settlement layer and the data availability layer, which is with this whole EIP 4844. So like ETH, you can like, Vitalik's talked about it sort of at length in the last couple of weeks about like ETH as the data availability layer. So they've got like dank sharding, which is like the ultimate goal. And then they've got like proto dank sharding, which is like the midway step that kind of gets you most of the good things, but without the full thing yet. So that's like the thing. So TIA is just like solving for the one thing, which is data availability, whereas ETH's trying to say I'm settlement and data availability and I'm this and I'm that.
Isn't Dime doing Dime settlement?
Yeah, Dime's purely settlement. So like
okay,
so
gotcha.
ETH's roadmap in itself is a modular roadmap because
Yeah.
you've got like the roll-ups which are all, you know, settling on ETH. But then like the roll-ups could also use ETH for data availability. So like ultimately, as you've got like the base chain, which is ETH, and then you've got these different layers that like spread across, it's a modular sort of thing because you've got like the L2s, which could be Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, whatever. And then you've got potential L3s. Oh, Sanko's just crashed again. Which is like your Sanko chain or whatever other L3 might come to be in the future. So like that's the modular roadmap for Ethereum, whereas like with Celestia and Dime and all of those sort of things, you've got like Dime as a settlement, Celestia as data availability, and then on Dime you'll have these roll apps, which the app itself will have its chain that it will be specific to its use case. It'll settle on Dime and then it'll use Celestia for data availability, etc.
Interesting.
So
that does make sense actually.
It's
so
doing all
ETH's
this.
trying to do, ETH's trying to be jack of all trades, but not a master of none. Basically,
well, kind of. I would say Solana probably fits more in that. So like Solana is the actual catch-all L1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I saw Taigi's video of this. Yeah.
So like Solana's the true L1. I'm doing everything on the one chain. ETH's like, hey, like, yeah, you can do everything on the layer one, but it's not ideal.
It's not like ideal.
What you should be doing is, using these roll ups and using this modular type like infrastructure. And then like the whole Cosmos chain stuff is doing hey, we will have a chain specific for everything. And everything would have its own role. And if I want to build an app, then I can just connect to all these different apps. I'm not a big, I think it makes sense, like the Cosmos stuff, but I think what it ends up happening is like with everything, like with streaming services, for example, like there was Netflix. So Netflix was like the L1, because everyone used Netflix for streaming. And then eventually all these streaming services went out and did their own things. And then like it got fragmented to a certain degree. And then the user experience got really bad. And then the fees got a lot worse because like you had to subscribe to multiple different things. And eventually what I think happens is all of it back consolidates to one thing that eventually gets used, or you have some sort of aggregator, which, the interface, you only see the one thing and you pay the one fee and then you get access to everything. So I think we're kind of going through that same thing now. That's why I'm bullish on Solana as a whole, because I think Solana can do it all and not suffer that fragmentation that you get with the modular type stuff.
Nice. No, that was a good explanation.
Damn, dude.
That was good. No.
Yeah, I have nothing to do with my life right now, except for work.
So do I. I have nothing either. I need to do more research. Fuck. That's good. No, I'm all out of questions, and I'm very tired. I think.
I think it's a good space to wrap it up. Yeah.
I believe so. And Sanko keeps crashing, so I think this is a good time.
It's probably a good time to.
It's our fault. It's our fault.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry for overloading everything. Oh, perfect. All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. That was awesome.
Thanks, guys.
And thanks, guys, for
don't forget to like and subscribe when you're watching on YouTube to all of our YouTube watchers.
Yes, Wonel puts a lot of
we
effort
appreciate
into
you.
these uploads,
So
please,
please like and subscribe
please.
and chill on the Twitter timeline, and appreciate all the comments. Thanks for everyone that's tuned in to the chat. So good night, pump it up, mate. Good night, Koi Fish Farmer.
Nussy.
Good nussy. Yeah. We appreciate you.
And I believe I'm gonna give the Brotato Capital Pod the Spotify treatment as well in the coming weeks. So looking forward to that as well, because Wonel has been leading the charge on producing in terms of getting this shit out, putting it on YouTube, all the stuff. So
yeah, he's doing all the heavy lifting, lads.
I tip my hat to Wonel.
No, I appreciate your boys.
And the hat stays on.
The hat stays on. The hat stays on.
That stays on, and I tip it to Wonel.
All right,
guys.
Cheers.